Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be answering a question. I got the question on YouTube on one of my videos, which is basically an individual named Larry. And Larry says, I've been currently working on my Shopify store for about 17 days now. I haven't seen any success and I'm starting to feel discouraged. What advice can you give me? So, Larry, I'm going to give you some basic advice. And I want everybody else to pay attention to the advice that I'm going to give because unfortunately, the advice that I'm going to give is harsh advice. And the reason why it's going to be harsh advice, it's not going to be friendly advice, is because this is the advice that everyone needs to frankly hear. I had a mentor once, and the mentor told me that your emotions will make you poor. Now, I didn't really pay attention to what that meant, but I just kept working. And when I say I kept working, just to give you guys an example, living with my parents, my dad, had, in his house, the bottom level of the house was cool. It was a cool area. When I say cool, I mean temperature. Okay, the top floor was not cool at all. It was very, very hot. Then you had a room in the middle of the top floor. So the top floor was, let's say here, there was a room right in the middle, and it was blazing hot. And guess what? That happened to be my room. Now, the family would always relax downstairs, right? There would be noise going on, distractions. And so as a thriving, individual who wanted to be successful, who really hadn't made any money yet or seen any kind of level of success, I wanted to have a place where I can just sit down and work with no distractions. So what did I do? I put my butt up in that room, the room that I was given, that middle room, which I was blessed enough to be given. And I sat down and I was working and working and working. And the room would sometimes be easily over 100 degrees day and night. Didn't matter what time or what day. I've tried many solutions. I tried putting an AC unit in that room. I've tried doing everything in the book, a fan, everything, to the point where I just gave up and I just kept working. And I want to give you guys an example of that. Thank God, I could have made excuses, but I didn't. I could have said, oh, it's too difficult, it's too hot, it's too whatever, I feel like it's uncomfortable, it's this and this and this and this. I could have done that, but I didn't. And I actually used that room for many years after, okay? And that room was the place where I made my first six figures, which to me is insane, mind-blowing. But anyways, all I had was a foldable, table, right? Basic chair and a laptop. And that's really all you need. Now, when you're talking about your feelings, let's go back to this. Emotions will make you poor. Your feelings will make you poor. Why is that? Well, let's break it down logically. In the path of entrepreneurship, there's so many things that you're going to feel. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel like things are not paying off. You're going to feel like the whole world is against you. You're going to feel like nobody cares about your mission. Nobody's taking you seriously. These are all things I felt and I've dealt with. But I didn't let them affect me. I didn't let them affect my work ethic. And I continued working and working and working. And by the grace of God, I actually got somewhere. Now, with that being said, okay, I'm going to tell you the same thing, is that your emotions will make you poor. Every time you say that you feel like things are not paying off, or you feel like the work is too hard, or you feel something, take that thought out of your mind, because that is the very same thought that will make you poor. See, think about it this way. And homeless people on the street, all the blessings to them, of course, but all the homeless people on the street, right? These individuals are highly emotional, right? They might be on drugs. They might be going through something. And they say, I've been through this. I've been through that, right? They're relying on their feelings. They're relying on their emotion, their desires to maybe take that drugs, maybe take that alcohol. Not everybody who happens to be homeless is unfortunately experiencing these things. But if you look at the least successful people in the world are typically the most emotional, or the people who let their emotions affect who they are. And then my biggest piece of advice for anybody out there who's starting a business, specifically the individuals who are starting a business, is that you can't let your emotions affect you. You just have to keep going. pushing forward, and keep trying to achieve some sort of level of success without letting, that feeling of whatever that feeling may be affect your work ethic. So your work ethic is the only thing that's going to get you further. The way I look at it is I didn't have capital to help me, right? I couldn't pay for advertising. I couldn't do all these things that people do today. I couldn't afford a warehouse. I couldn't afford employees. I couldn't afford any of these things. Not in the start, right? Like I said, told you guys, 6 months to get my very first sale online, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that I don't want you guys to worry about your emotions. I want you to forget about your emotions. I know it's going to suck. I know it's going to be hard, but this is why it hurts to become successful, because you're developing that outer shell, right? So that's my best advice. Don't worry about your emotions. Emotions will make you poor. And let's stay focused. Let's say working hard and keep pushing, all right? Peace.